no alibi. It's a rebel's fight without an alibi. You took my hands without an alibi. passers by, and most long for a place that they never find. I'm afraid I wake up when I die, and it is too late to climb any mountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before, and I'll stay eternal. Sometimes I feel that my luck's run out. When things don't go to plan, I kinda lose my mind. I hope it's real, this life comes around. Just keep your faith and search for the fountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before, and I'll stay eternal.
Cause I don't want nobody change me now. Cause I like to be myself. If you're not agree, you can walk away. You can walk away. You can walk away. Something in my mind makes me think I ain't nobody perfect. Something in my mind makes me think I ain't nobody perfect.
Hello, welcome back to the We Are City channel, back with some live streams here. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace today. Premier League action, Manchester City's first away game of the Premier League season. The first one for Enzo Maresca. Now, things went, I suppose, pretty well, didn't they, at home? City coming away with a win. against Bournemouth. A 2-1 win at home against AFC Bournemouth. Despite maybe not the performance being the level we want, still we got the result we want. However, looking at that Manchester City side today, it looks pretty strong. Could Mark Gay be in midfield? Could it be O'Reilly in midfield and Vardiol at left back, Gay back at centre back? It could also be that as well. I think in the City lineup they've put Gay in midfield, but in the warm-up we've seen that Vardiol looks at left back, Gay at centre back. We'll have to see going into this one. But one thing we will mention is the Manchester City bench, which looks particularly weak in today's game. Really, you can see where City need to make signings, massive signings before the end of the window, with only 4 days remaining in it. So we'll start with the Crystal Palace side, then the home side. They start with captain Dean Henderson in goal. It's a back three of Chris Richards, Canvo, and Tomiyasu. Been on trial after his time at Arsenal. Of course, suffered a really bad knee injury. Ended up playing for Ajax. That didn't work out either. And Palace took him on a trial this summer and have signed him permanently. They've got new signing Kelly in their midfield. On the right-hand side, it's sort of a back five, a back three. Tariq Mitchell on the left, and then Kamada, and heavily linked with Manchester City, Adam Wharton in the midfield too. Apparently City asked at the start of the transfer window about Adam Wharton. The answer was no from Crystal Palace. And then they do have in there Strand Larsen up top, Jeremy Pino, and Eddie Nketiah in that team. That is a good sign, isn't it, from Palace? They've got the likes of Gasson, Mingaitha, Hughes, McNeil. Also on the bench, new signing Dasasi, and linked with Nottingham Forest is Daniel Benoit on the bench as well. As to Manchester City then, we go with Gianluigi Donnarumma in goal. It is a back four of Kusanov, Captain Diaz, Vardiol, and O'Reilly, as we think it might be, but very easily could be Gay in there. Gay and Anderson in midfield too, with Foden and Semenyo in the wide areas. Haaland leads the line, and starting today after a really massive impact against Bournemouth, 2 assists off the bench, is Frenchman Ryan Cherki. As for the bench, and you can see where City are weak, really starts off as the goalkeeper on the bench. We've got Kovacic, Ainuri, Vita Heiss, Echivere, Biwadi, Makedu, Braithwaite, and Floyd Samba as well. So it's not the strongest City bench, is it? I mean, Enzo Maresca has mentioned that Samba and the likes will get chances. I mean, Biwadi being on the bench is a good one. I'm glad Biwadi is on the bench. I think that we could see with Biwadi a really, really top midfielder. I mean, 18 years of age, but still someone who is probably one of the most highest rated young midfielders in the world football now. Enzo Maresca spoke about Biwadi and his signing, and I think he spoke about it really well, actually. He spoke about the fact that Biwadi maybe is the answer to City's midfield problems. Maybe he's not right now, but he's 18 years of age, and they know that he's going to be a top player in the future without a doubt. And with that, they think that with him being a top player in the future, they don't want to rush him. They're not going to throw him in there. They're not going to make him play no matter what. They are going to give him time. Well, City do need to make transfers, don't they, in this market? Links with, until the end of the transfer window, the links come with Allen, who's expected to be announced probably tomorrow morning, I would say, the Brazilian Allen, or maybe tomorrow evening. The Brazilian has, of course, agreed a deal with Manchester City. He is in Manchester undergoing a medical today. He's probably signed his contract today. That'll be confirmed pretty soon. Other than Allen, Enzo Fernandez, that deal supposedly is going through. You know, City have, according to reports in Argentina, City made a €140 million bid for Enzo Fernandez, yet there has nothing been made about it in England. Of course, that does probably come straight from Enzo Fernandez's camp, if it's coming out, of course, in Argentina. And then you've got other links with other players. I mean, City looking at maybe Iliman Ndiaye of Everton. I mean, he's an absolute superstar. I think he's a fantastic player, ready for that step up now in his career. He's had time at Sheffield United and so on, where he's been really, really impressive. He can play as a striker, can play out wide, can play left, can play right. He's very, very versatile. Someone who counts a homegrown player as well, because he was born, I believe, in the UK, despite representing Senegal. And he's a really good player. A really good player. I think someone that would be a very good addition to the City side alongside Allen, alongside Enzo Fernandez, if that is who Maresca wants between him and Adam Wharton. I mean, Crystal Palace in talks with Hugo Larsson as a new midfielder as well, according to Florian Plettenberg. And then finally, maybe with Nico Maveles going, City wanting to replace every single midfielder in the squad, reports Simon Bachowski of the MEN, chief writer there for Manchester City and a big City fan, of course. He's written books about Pep Guardiola. He believes City will replace, and he says that the line from the club is every single midfielder that's left the club this summer will be replaced. In that case, that means that after Enzo Fernandez, who will replace Tajani Reinders, City will make one more midfield signing. And according to Jack Gorn at The Guardian, who also incredibly reliable, I mean, I'm mentioning so many people here, he has mentioned Manu Kone of AS Roma, which they think's a deal that they can make happen. So Enzo Fernandez, Manu Kone, Allen, and Njai, all four could be arrivals before the end of the transfer window for Manchester City. Now, there was rumours City linked with Ibrahim Mbaye of Paris Saint-Germain, valued at around 55 million euros. He today has agreed a deal to join Aston Villa this summer, the 18-year-old. Now, of course, I know a lot of people, a lot of City fans and people who comment on this channel, they were very, very excited about Mbaye, and they believe that City should be looking at Ibrahim Mbaye. But I think there's a lot of baggage that came with Mbaye. Probably the fact that there's things around him in the background, baggage that came with him in terms of his family. His family had big demands on teams. So that is probably why City haven't sort of engaged in that deal. They'll probably look at him in the future anyway. But 55 million on an 18-year-old from Aston Villa is a lot of money. So think of how much they want. On top of that, I mean, Villa have lost a lot of top players. Nicholas Jackson has just been announced as we start this live as well today. So let's have to see what happens in this one. Will Manchester City have a good performance? You can make a comment in the live chat. Let us know your opinions. You can also head over to somewhere where I go before the game, during the game, at halftime, and after the game on the Finalysis app. The Finalysis app is where you can turn your passion into power. Finalysis, in partnership with Sky Sports, launch a new app which launched last season, so you can make your opinions count. Because, of course, when it comes to club, you guys know best. You can download it on the App Store, on the Google Play Store. You rate players after the game. You talk with Manchester City fans during, after, before the game, whenever you want. As the two teams come out here into, there's not really a tunnel at Palace, but a good atmosphere and just a way to walk out. Palace get the tunnel, City get the car park to come out from. But yeah, it is big Finalysis, and now it's expanded to the Championship for this season and La Liga as well. You've got Barcelona fans there talking about Rodri. It'll become important when, for example, City in the UEFA Champions League draw, we have drawn Barcelona, so it will get City against Rodri once again. We will see De Bruyne's return to the Etihad once again with him playing against Napoli. So lots of things to talk about, and of course, Finalysis there, you will be able to talk with fellow fans of Manchester City, but also fans of the opposition team as well. So it's all to do, very interesting, and of course it's something exciting. All right, they come here. Pierre Saga, the new man in the dugout at Selhurst Park, replacing Oliver Glasner, who's made the move to Nottingham Forest this summer. Very impressive manager, Pierre Saga. I mean, he did a fantastic job at Lens this season. Last season it was. And he's proven to be a top manager. And I'm surprised he ended up at Crystal Palace, really, not because they're not a top club, but because Lens, they got into the UEFA Champions League. And they actually have drawn Manchester City. So it does surprise me that he isn't there. So close the kickoff, just around 2 minutes away from kickoff now. They've got a strong side, Palace, I do think. I mean, Canvo, I think, is a very, very strong centre-back. Chris Richards has impressed in his time there at Crystal Palace. Tommy Asu, a bit of an unknown, but they have signed Axel Disasi. We're looking for Joel Adonez from Club Brugge, but I think maybe that move might not go through. Apparently, it's a toe injury they've picked up on in his medical. Adam Wharton, Kamada is decent midfields, but they are looking to improve the midfield area. Jefferson Lerma on the bench. I don't know what ever happened to Jake Decore, who was really considered a high talented player. Linked with Liverpool, I think they had a 60 million bid rejected from him for Crystal Palace a long time ago, and injuries, and he's absolutely disappeared now from Crystal Palace. But they are looking at Hugo Larsson, Kevin Damois of in Ligue 1 as well, and they've been linked with a lot of midfielders, Crystal Palace, actually, which is a surprise. Maybe planning for the eventual departure of Adam Wharton, because the manager sort of made out that Wharton, if he doesn't go this year, he's probably going to go next year. And that front line, Pino, Strand Larson, and Nketiah. I mean, Nketiah plays a left winger when you've got Gisson on the bench. Also, Dwight McNeil as well is a bit of a surprise. McNeil, who is a local man to Manchester, actually. So, yeah, they've got some good players in that team. But Manchester City side, when you look at it, former Palace captain Mark Gay in there. I know Foden probably is going to have the right-hand side today, or is it going to be Foden the 10 and Shirky off the right? That is the question, isn't it? How does Maresca use Ryan Shirky today? It is going to be interesting, isn't it? How that works out. So we'll have to see. I'd have to see what happens with that. I mean, I've just seen links today between Julian Alvarez and Manchester City, a return to City. I doubt that's going to happen, but of course, he's very much intent on leaving. He wants out of Atletico Madrid, doesn't he, after leaving Manchester City just a few seasons ago? He wants out, and he wants to go to Barcelona, and Atleti have basically said, listen, we are not doing it. We are not selling you to Barcelona. So what do? What does Julian Alvarez do? Does he get a move back to the Premier League when he really wants to go to Barcelona? Does he end up joining Manchester City, returning? Does he go to Arsenal, who seems to be heavily linked with him as well, actually, as a possible return? Interesting. Of course, as well, yesterday, big news outside of football, Grand Theft Auto. That dropped, didn't it? The Grand Theft Auto trailer, which was absolutely fantastic. So, Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. There might be a little bit delay on this one for you guys. Hopefully not too much, but it often is a little bit delay between when you guys see the match and when I see it. Unfortunately. Sometimes how it is, but City versus Crystal Palace, and we're about to get underway. Will City win? Will Crystal Palace win this one? Who's going to be coming out on top? Erling Haaland ready. Manchester City ready. We are ready. The City in the B kit today, the black and yellow. I really do like that kit. Got it myself. And it is, from what I can see right now, Anderson alongside O'Reilly in the midfield. And Mark Gay is back at centre-back today. To get this one underway, City versus Crystal Palace. A Friday night kickoff in the Premier League. And off we go here. Sun is set at Palace. Can Manchester City come out on top here? Nico O'Reilly flicks it out towards Kusanov, and it's going to be a throw in for Manchester City on this right-hand side. I think Selhurst Park's one of the best places to come in terms of atmosphere. I generally do. Very impressive when you go there to Selhurst Park. The fans of the drums and the atmosphere is great. And it is O'Reilly in midfield today, starting there. Dispossessed O'Reilly. Poor by him, and it's a throw in for Crystal Palace. It's Tommy Asu wearing the number 17 for Palace today. His first start since return to the Premier League. Ball over top by him. And away by Ruben Diaz. Now, of course, Diaz slams this one straight into the stands. It's a poor clearance by Diaz. Of course, Crystal Palace lost 2-0 to Everton on the opening day. They weren't great on that one, were they? Iliman Jai, man of the match pretty much for Everton. Could be a Manchester City player come Monday night. Which I hope's the case. And here is Palace on that right side with Canvo. Central centre-back Chris Richards. Tommy Asu. Adam Wharton. What a ball, 4 by Wharton. It's brilliant into Nketiah first time. What a ball. Nketiah against Ruben Diaz. Nketiah around Diaz. And Donnarumma has to make a save. Low to his near side. Corner Palace, but what a ball, Adam Wharton. What a ball by Wharton. First time round the corner. And he cuts Manchester City open with his pass. It's class from Adam Wharton, who is an absolute superstar. And Manchester City cut open. Diaz against Nketiah. Nketiah has the beating of Diaz. Diaz just gets enough of a block on it. He's going in the bottom corner. Donnarumma keeps it out his near post. Corner Crystal Palace. Good start by the home side. In by Yeremy Pino. Headed away by Erling Haaland. Kamada. Back out to Kamada. Oh, and here's Pino. Good start. Anderson makes a challenge. Cleared away by Phil Foden. Canvo. Oh, Mitchell takes it down well again. It's back out to Kamada here. And inside by Kamada. Shoots here, Kamada. Headed over the bar by Kusanov. Corner Crystal Palace, who are absolutely all over Manchester City at the start of this one. Really lively start from the home side. Mitchell works it wide to Kamada. He gets a shot off. Kusanov throws his head at it. Could go anywhere. Over the bar. Deflected behind for another corner for Crystal Palace. Good start from the home side. Had a disappointing opening day, didn't they? And they're trying to make up for that right now. Corner ball, Palace once more. In from Pino again. Donnarumma. Well played, Donnarumma. Comes out, claims that cross nice and strongly. And throws it wide. Here to Ryan Cherki, who just slows the game out down for Manchester City. Cherki. And back towards Gay, who is in the centre-back. Playing the left-hand side of centre-back today. Gay. Vardyl very much at left-back. Looks like Vardy and Nuri will be sort of battling for that left-back role this season. All right, did start there against Arsenal. Good play from Henderson. And across the box by Kusanov to Mark Gay. Mark Gay brings the ball forward on his left-hand side. Very forward-thinking player. Gay back towards Diaz. Anderson. Wide right to Nico O'Reilly's playing in that midfield out there. Kusanov. Here is Ruben Diaz. Gay. Vardy back to Mark Gay. City move the ball a little bit more crisply here. Anderson away from Wharton. It's a great challenge by Wharton. Anderson, who's having a good game so far. It is Adam Wharton again now for Crystal Palace. Wharton works it wide towards Pino. Anderson there. Kalai against Vardy here, who can't keep it in. It's the throw in Crystal Palace, but Anderson tackled by Wharton. Anderson wants a free kick from the referee madly, but I didn't think it was a foul by Wharton. I think it was good play from the midfielder. Very good challenge from Adam Wharton on Elliot Anderson. Throw in here by Chris Rich. Is going to be a long throw into the Manchester City box. Kelly in there. The new man, Strand Larsen, Tomiyasu. Headed away by City, and Ketia swings a foot at it. Volley from distance here from Crystal Palace. And it is way wide from Tariq Mitchell of Giannari's post there. A difficult volley, to hit there. He's way outside the box. He's trying to guide it forwards, guide it goalwards. Difficult to do so. Very difficult to do so. Well, my clock is not currently in time at all with the Manchester City clock here. So I'm just going to pause it a second. I'm surprised it's so far ahead. I don't know how that's happened. Unless the clock here was just wrong on the game. Haaland and Wharton. Well dispossessed by Adam Wharton. Nketiah. Good play here. And Palace give the ball away back to Manchester City. I do obviously tell people you can time the clock up with mine, and at the moment my clock is way out of time. About 40 seconds ahead for some reason. Cherki. Wide left to Antoine Semenyo. We have a chance for him to drive down his left-hand side, Semenyo. Step overs by Semenyo. Cross to the box by Semenyo. Blocked away by Palace. And it's behind for a corner to Manchester City. Positive play by Semenyo on that left-hand side. And City will now get a corner. But Semenyo can work in those tight spaces quite well on that left-hand side. I suppose there is questions around Semenyo and Doku. Doku obviously always going to play off the left, is he? So does Semenyo always play off the left? What the Manchester City do? That is the question, isn't it? Semenyo play off the right, of course, in that Community Shield game. He started off the left again against Bournemouth. He takes one shot from the corner. Semenyo back into Cherki. Edge of the box to Anderson. Anderson shoots here. Oh, big save by Henderson. In there is Ruben Diaz. And again, Haaland to put one goalward. And off the line. How City didn't score in that scramble, I don't know. And a ball forward by Pino, and O'Reilly cuts it out. Well done, Nico O'Reilly. But good save from Henderson. Have a chance from Anderson. Too much space in the edge of the box. Didn't really hit it with much power, Elliot Anderson, but he tried to curve it towards the bottom right-hand corner. Henderson palms it straight into the danger area towards Ruben Diaz, who goes flying in, sliding to try and get it across the keeper. He's saved again, then he tries to get it across the box. Haaland sticking a leg out there, trying to poke one through. Of course, we do have a vote in the live chat. Will Haaland get his first Premier League goal tonight? Chances for City, but not taken. Not taken. Chances, but not enough. Good to see some of you in the live chat here. For some reason, my live chat hasn't been working, but I'm back now. I can see you guys in the live chat. Haaland's trim is ridiculously poor, isn't it? Chris says Wharton's playing like he's got a point to prove. Well, he certainly is, and he looks brilliant, Wharton. Oh, Cherki into Semenyo here, who bursts into the box. Antoine Semenyo across the box. He pulls it back. Haaland with a flick on. He could find Foden at the far post, and he doesn't really do anything with it. Phil Foden. Henderson puts it in the back of the net. Henderson stops him, putting it in the back of the net. I don't really know. Semenyo's cross, he digs it into the ground. Haaland flicks it on, and Foden's just there waiting. And actually, Dean Henderson Kicks it into Foden to stop him putting the back of the net, and Waterman, another lovely switch wide here to Pino. Across the box here and dealt with by Mark Gay. Covering was Diaz there. But back to Palace, Kamada. A big switch of play to Mitchell on the far left-hand side, and Foden's lacking to track back here. And now he's gone too deep, and Tomiyasu with a swing to the far post. He could find someone, Mark Gay away. Only as far as Canvo. And Palace come again. Crossing once more. Across the box here. He's offside against Jeremy Pino, the Spaniard. Free kick Manchester City. Looks like when he was a rapper, says Alex Plays with Harlan New. Yeah, his haircut is very different. TK Nation, do you really want McAllister? I wouldn't want Alex McAllister. 5 years ago, maybe. Not now. Let me know your predictions in the live chat as well. I've gone for a 2-0 prediction today on Finalysis. Whether that's the case, I don't know. Have to see. It's a good save by Henderson, that Anderson chance. And it's poked towards Haaland. Oh, he's poked it goalwards. And Strand Larsen, it goes through his legs. It's going in. His hand's sort of behind him a little bit. He does touch his hand, but nothing more than that. 1-1 says Alex. 3-1 says De Santo. Oh, good play by Palace again. They've cut City open once more. And then Nketiah works it wide right to Pino. And Palace maraud forward here. Very dangerous start from the home side. Palace. Pino. In space here from Kalal. He's found him. Pino across the box. And a sliding challenge by Mark Gay blocks it. And eventually offside. Flag goes up. But Crystal Palace look dangerous. Manchester City look particularly weak defensively. Once again, is it the midfield? Is it defence? But it gets pulled apart way too easily. Palace need to make more of these chances, really, because they're absolutely all over Manchester City right now. Absolutely all over City right now, making too many mistakes in that midfield. Defensive cover isn't quite there. Here is Palace. Once again, my clock's gone behind. How does this keep happening? Don't get that. My clock's behind now. Here is Ryan Shirky. I think on TV, their clock was behind. And that's what's happened. They've changed the clock again, actually, here on the TV. So they've obviously got a problem with the clock. Cross comes in by Kusanov. It's into the hands of Henderson. I think my clock was actually in time before. And on TV, they changed it. Which is strange. You don't usually see that here. Their clock was behind and they timed it back up now. That's why mine's behind. Dean Henderson. Long and away by the goalkeeper. Strand Larsen goes down under the pressure from Ruben Diaz. It's hardly anything in it. The referee says, ways play on. Didn't really complain either, Strand Larsen. Didn't really appeal for a free kick. Here's Kusanov. O'Reilly back to Kusanov. Elliot Anderson. Switch of play into Ruben Diaz. He gets the ball stuck under his feet a little bit there and it slows the move down. I do think maybe, depending on how City play, that you'd be looking at someone and saying, maybe Diaz needs improving upon now. I don't know. Here comes Antoine Semenyo on this left-hand side. Ryan Shirky, who needs to get more involved in the game right now. Shirky. Anderson. Wide right to Phil Foden. Back to Kusanov. Ruben Diaz. O'Reilly back towards Kusanov. Back into O'Reilly. City certainly need to make improvements to this side, don't they? You look at that City bench and they are lacking players massively. McAdoo, Braithwaite, Echeverry and Floyd Samba all on the bench. I mean, Biwadi only 18 years age as well, as is Vita Heiss only 20 years of age. City lacking... Oh, Kusanov with the ball in behind here. Massively crucial interception by Tomiyasu. Kamada brings it away. Anderson there to win it back. Well done, Elliot Anderson. And then it's off Anderson out for a throw into City. Oh, it's not. It's going to City's way. Surprised at that. But yeah, you think that bench, I mean, you can add Matheus Nunes to it when he's back from, I assume, injury because they said he was fit to start today. Perhaps Iliman Jai. Perhaps Enzo Fernandez. Perhaps Allen. Semenyo, strength on this far side. And the young fullback here, new man, Holds him off. Then he's Adam Wharton on the ball for City. And another brilliant ball by Wharton. Pokes one through to Larson. He's cutting City open time and time again. And he tries to lay one on through Ketia, but getting back was Kusanov. Recovery, pace, brilliant. Kusanov there, making sure nothing happens. Manu Kone also linked with Manchester City of AS Roma as well. So options for the club. Gay, Shirky, Anderson, Ruben Diaz. Could be a busy deadline day for Manchester City. It really could be, which is something we've not been used to for quite a while. Gay, Semenyo. Here's Antoine Semenyo. And another good challenge by Kalali, the right fullback. Signed from a Belgian side. Comes to the Premier League and starts out of Daniel Munoz, who's linked with a move to his former manager's team in Nottingham Forest now. And he's had a good game so far against Semenyo. Anderson. O'Reilly works it wide right to Phil Foden. Foden off this right side, skips inside Foden. Good feet from Phil Foden. On to Anderson. Could have gone left again there. He didn't do. He goes back into Kusanov. Kusanov puts one into the box. He's blocked away by Palace. Kusanov heads it back forward. Vardiol in there. Tries to flick the header on. Kalili lumps it away. Foot race with Diaz and Gay. Strand Larson is there and he's got there ahead of Gay and Diaz. And good strength by Diaz here. Strand Larson's got hold of the City captain. Wouldn't let him pass it. Wouldn't let him do anything with it. Palace fans think it should have gone the other way, the free kick there. And now he's trying to motivate the fans here, Strand Larson. Working hard for his team. Fans do appreciate that. Certainly do. Good work from Strand Larson. O'Reilly. Back towards Diaz. Donnarumma. Wide left towards Vardiol. In towards Semenyo. Good play by Semenyo. Goes back towards Vardiol, who just managed to keep it in play. Anderson's telling his players to switch the play, which they don't do. And work it too slow to this far side. Kusanov. O'Reilly. Does well here. Young player of the season. PFA Young Player of the Season as well. O'Reilly outside boot passing towards Phil Foden in behind. On this right side, Foden back to Anderson. Gay. Vardy on towards Semenyo. In by Semenyo. Haaland attacks it! Oh! 1-0 Manchester City. It's Erling Haaland. A new look with the hair, but that doesn't matter for the big Norwegian. Crossing by Semenyo, in swinger on the right foot. And Erling Haaland, with a looping header, guides it past Henderson to the top corner. Brilliant header by Haaland, 1-0 Manchester City. His hair hasn't changed anything. Well, 97% of you people in the live chat voted that Haaland would score his first goal of the season tonight, and he does score his first goal of the season. Handshake between Haaland and Shirky in celebration, but it was a ball from Antoine Semenyo. Off this left-hand side, in swinger from Semenyo, lovely cross. Haaland attacks it. Away from Chris Richard, who lets the ball go over his head. I don't know why the American does that. And a fantastic header by Haaland. He's a looping header. He just gets something on it. Just guides it goalwards, and it loops up and over Dean Henderson into the far corner. Back from where it came from. They always tell you to head it back from where it came from. Fantastic header from Erling Haaland, who's looking younger than ever with the haircut. All smiles from the big man. 1-0 Manchester City here at Sellers Park. Assist for Semenyo. Fantastic header from Erling Haaland. And Enzo Maresca, style-wise, has gone for the white polo shirt and navy blue jacket today. Different from the black suit he wore on the opening day at the Etihad. And here's Joško Vardiol for Manchester City. Centrally to number 10, Ryan Shirky, who's slammed into by Pino. It looked like a foul. The referee says no. And a long ball over top by Palace. And it's over hit by Kamada. And it's behind for a Manchester City throw-in on this near side. Haaland scores again at Sellers Park. He's got a little bit of a mohawk going on, Erling Haaland. He's tried to push the hair upwards a little bit. Chris is a great header, but I think we're going to need more than one. We certainly are today. I think Palace are a good side. And with Adam Wharton in that midfield, playing passes, which you've already seen today, it wouldn't surprise me if he causes more problems to City today for his passes. Vardiol, a chip in behind towards Haaland here. It's dealt with by Tomiyasu. Taken on the chest of Yeremy Pino. Pressure from Semenyo, who feels like he got the ball on Pino, but got the legs of the Spaniard as well. Palace take the time to take the free kick. Antoine Semenyo with the assist. Proving very impressive on that left-hand side, Antoine Semenyo once again. Very good for him again. Maresca bringing the intensity on the sidelines here. Getting his players to press. Close down this Palace team. Wharton. Canvo. Kalili forward towards Pino. It's a misplaced pass by him, and City went it back with O'Reilly. Ryan Cherki against Pino. He just shrugs off Yeremy Pino, and the referee gives a free kick Palace's way. And Ryan Cherki is all smiles and he laughs here. A decision from the referee. Well, Pino here. I don't even know where the foul is there from Ryan Cherki on Pino. Yeremy Pino throws himself to the ground here. It's a really poor refereeing decision there from Madley. Very embarrassing. Canvo. Oh, bad touch, and O'Reilly wins it back, and Anderson. Good touches by Anderson, brings it forward for City now. Elliot Anderson into Semenyo. Semenyo still. Semenyo across the box once more. Haaland at the far post. It takes a little bit of a nick off Tomiyasu. Foden keeps it in and back out towards Kusanov. Diaz. People talking about Kusanov on the back of their kit. Buwadi's an option as well for some yet. The third kit I quite like. Reminds me of that season, was it 2013? Edin Dzeko, Mangala wearing that one. I think they wore that kit away at CSK Moscow, if you remember. And that night in Russia, the pitch was dead, the grass was dead, so they spray painted the pitch green, and everyone who wore that white kit came off with it just covered in, it was a green kit by the end of the night. Vardiol, Kusanov, back with Diaz. Mark Gay down this left-hand side. Antoine Semenyo on the left wing. Little step over from Semenyo. He's drawing plays in again here. Good play from Antoine Semenyo. Good pass out to Gay. Vardiol once again. Oh, wonderful ball to Anderson here. And into Haaland. And he could have gone to Foden. And Anderson goes back to Foden. Phil Foden lifts one over the bar. Well, what a miss by Phil Foden. Wonderful football from Manchester City. Fantastic from Elliot Anderson. The first pass doesn't come off. He plays to Haaland here. Great move from Anderson, by the way. Into Haaland. Second pass, he's out to Foden. He doesn't hit it first time, Phil Foden. He could take a touch and then hit it. But he hits it first time. He leans back and he blazes over a free chance over the bar. As Chris says there, a terrible miss. It's a massive miss from Phil Foden. He should be finishing that. He should be 2-0 Manchester City. And City should be having a comfortable night at Crystal Palace here at Selhurst Park, which is very difficult to do. But that is a big, big miss by Phil Foden. Deserved the goal and good work from Anderson as well. Anderson can't win that back for City there, but he's got a foot in on Pino. He's gone pressing, gone chasing, and Ketty heads it. Foden down to Haaland here. Back with Foden, O'Reilly. Oh, unbelievable skill by O'Reilly, who hits one towards the far post here. Didn't really need to shoot there, O'Reilly, but what a bit of footwork from O'Reilly there. Little backheel drag back. Oh, my word. A little backheel drag back from O'Reilly. Takes it through the legs of Kamada. It's absolutely outrageous from O'Reilly. Unfortunately, follows it up with a shot drag wide, but very impressive from City's number 33 in midfield today. Very impressive. Oh, Gay cuts out a big flick by Strand Larsen. He wants a free kick. He's not going to get one here. Cherki. Ryan Cherki switches the play to Kusanov. Into Phil Foden on his right-hand side. O'Reilly making a bit of a ghosty running behind on the right, but they go back, City. Diaz. Kusanov once more. Diaz. Anderson. O'Reilly back to Diaz. Now, he has spoken the press conference, Enzo Maresca, about the City squad, saying that he believes that you should have 2 players in every position. That's how he would do it himself. He wants 2 players in every position, strong players, starters, and then McAdoo, Braithwaite, and also Floyd Samba. Now, of course, there's sort of additional 3, so he wants sort of 22 players plus those 3, and Bettinelli makes it 26. Echeverri, I don't know what happens with Claudio Echeverri. There was some sort of talk from Argentina that maybe City keep him, but I think he'll probably leave on loan, but I'm not quite sure. And also telling that there's no Jack Grealish on the bench today, so I wouldn't surprised if we see that move to Everton happen for Grealish. There has been an offer from Sunderland as well. City would prefer a permanent move. Tackle by Anderson on Nketiah, but he can't win the ball back. Tomiyasu. Chris Richards. Passing to Pino, who can't control it. A good header by Gay. Haaland takes it down, and White to Antoine Semenyo. And City try and turn defence into attack now. A good pressing. Semenyo. Slammed into by Pino. Kicks the ball away in frustration. Bit of descent from Yeremy Pino, who's arguing with his teammates here because the ball was fired into the Spaniard. He couldn't really control it. Is Gay playing CDM and O'Reilly left back, or Vardy left back, Gay CDM? Well, on the City lineup, they said that Gay was in midfield and O'Reilly at left back. It is very much O'Reilly in midfield and Gay centre back, Vardy left back. That is very much how they lined up. Lisa's here, hello to you. Free kick Manchester City on the far side now. And it is Ryan Shiki over it to swing this one in. Marvel Football's here as well. Welcome to you. In by Shirky to the far post. Vardy attacks it. It's punched away by the captain of Palace Henderson. Mitchell tries to keep it in the best he can. Sprints after it, but he goes behind for a corner to City. Near the City fans, and Phil Foden to take this. 10 years in the first team at Manchester City now for Phil Foden. Unfortunately, the last 3, you would say, last 2 at least, have not been what you expect of him. Sign a new deal. They're hoping he's back. Well, that miss suggests otherwise. In by Foden. Oh, attacking it was Vardy. Headed away by Palace out to Kusanov. Into Elliot Anderson. Options in the box here. Anderson. Wide right to Phil Foden. Anderson makes a run. Foden can go inside now. Foden spin away from Tariq Mitchell. He's struggling here, Phil Foden. Well played, Foden. Back he has to go to Donovan. It's good play from Mitchell. It's a little poor from Foden, honestly. How good has Anderson been so far? Very good. Very good. Foden, he created such a good chance for Foden, who missed a really good chance. Ball into Anderson. Back to Kusanov. Well played, Anderson. He looks a really good player, Anderson. He really does. He looks top draw. We knew he was, but he really does look a top quality player. Mark Gay on the left-hand side for City here. O'Reilly in that midfield. On towards Diaz. Ruben Diaz time. Wide left to Gay. Shirky waiting. Gay across to Anderson, who picks the ball up for City now. Elliot Anderson. Wide to Phil Foden. Back to Kusanov. City frustrating Palace right now. Been loving what Anderson is playing since Marvier. He's been brilliant. He's living up to the huge feat. Well, I don't think he's ever going to live up to 116 million, to be honest with you. I think it's hard for anyone to do, as he gives a poor pass away there, actually. It's difficult for anyone to live up to the price tag. But he's a very good player. He can't win that ball back. And Strand Larson and Pino through to Nketiah. What an interception by Mark Gay, who also has lived up to his price tag massively. Shirky, what a ball to O'Reilly. And City are on the attack here. And Nico O'Reilly takes a poor touch, but Tomiyasu across to him. O'Reilly still. Back out to Shirky. Around Tomiyasu. Across the box by Shirky. Headed by Phil Foden. He's missed another sitter. Another sitter is missed by Phil Foden in front of goal. Great football from City. O'Reilly goes bursting through. He goes on to Shirky, who takes it around Tomiyasu. Across the box to Phil Foden. He's on a plate for City's number 47 again to head it into the back of the net. He just doesn't get the context on it again. And it's another big miss from Phil Foden. Another big miss. Lisa asks, what about the Enzo Fernandez signing? Good player, terrible person. Good player, terrible person. It's so frustrating that City don't get anything from that chance there. Nico O'Reilly bursting through. Takes his time. It's on to Shirky, who takes it around Tomiyasu with ease. Pulls it back to Foden. How was he missed? It's another massive miss from Phil Foden. It's a really, really frustrating game so far for Foden. Very frustrating. Very frustrating how Foden's performing right now. Free kick for Palace. Yeremy Pino to take this one. Buwadi could come on today. Lamek asks what is happening. We're playing very, very well, but Phil Foden's missed 2 absolute sitters. Crossing from Pino, headed away by Foden. It's to the far post towards Kamada. In behind towards Tomiyasu. Cross across the box here. Vardiel does it well. And Erling Haaland's going to clear it away. Low and hard. Into the centre circle. Here's Tariq Mitchell. On this left-hand side for Crystal Palace. Manchester City should be 3-0 up. Phil Foden. 2 brilliant chances he's missed here. Really big misses. Here is Canvo. Wide right towards Kalali. And in behind to Strand Larsen. Foot racer Ruben Diaz. He's across to him quickly here. Strand Larsen looking to go down. Anderson goes and takes it off him really well, Elliot Anderson. Good play from Anderson. He's tackled. He's on the floor. He does so well. City's number 5 there. Very, very impressive play from Anderson once more. He looks like a top player. Anderson's asking the referee why there's not fouls given against him. I doubt Enzo Fernandez would have missed those 2 chances, says Chris. Well, that's a question, isn't it? Would Enzo Fernandez miss those chances? Maybe. Maybe not. Suppose Enzo probably wouldn't play off that right-hand side there where Foden has been today. You'd probably expect to see Semenyo out there or something. I think Semenyo would score his chance. Semenyo here against Mitchell. And Mitchell pulling Semenyo back and he managed to beat him to it. Anderson goes back to Mitchell. Unlucky. Good play by Mitchell there. Just enough to put him off. Could be in Jai off that right side for Manchester City come next week's game. It really could be. Henderson. Kamada is a short pass. Erling Haaland nearly cuts it out. Palace play himself into trouble. Phil Foden goes pressing. Canville runs it out of play for a City throw-in. I have to say, people have spoke about Jane Canvo being quite impressive for Palace. And last season he certainly was, stepping in after Mark Gay left the club in January. But today, I think he's looking a bit shaky, Canvo. I really do. Gay back towards Diaz. The City should be 3-0 up. They've been in control this one. Yes, Palace have had chances, but not as good a chance as Manchester City have had. Foden's come out to the left out now, and Semenyo's going out to the right. Diaz. Is Foden performing good, says Lamek? Yeah, he's performing good, but he's had 2 really good chances, which he's missed 2 sitters, really. Kushner's going all the way back to Donnarumma here, so Phil Foden's performance hasn't been good enough, but it has been good. Diaz. Gay. Into Anderson. Great movement again by City's man in the holding midfield. Anderson on towards Vardiol. Vardiol gives the ball away. It's poor. And Wharton in towards Nketiah. And Anderson snaps in to win the challenge back again. It's a free kick for a foul, Anderson. But it's great play from Elliot Anderson once again. Getting there first the challenge. Gets a kick in the process. But very impressive from Anderson. First to it with Nketiah and gets a studs in the back of the ankle. Very, very quick Anderson to try and get in to win the ball. Very impressive with that. I really do like it. When he's starting FC27, says Lisa, well, it's not out yet, so not yet. It's Phil Foden, it's poor by Foden, dispossessed easily by Kalali, the fullback. And into Adam Wharton, but City do win it back. Maybe Foden with a foot in there. Anderson's in there to win it back. Fantastic one from Anderson. Foden once again gives it away. He's lightweight there, Phil Foden. And Shirky takes down Adam Wharton. And the referee gives a yellow card to Ryan Shirky for the foul on Adam Wharton. Interesting. Wharton about to release that pass and Shirky comes from behind and pulls him down. Nothing going right for Foden, says Chris. Yeah, I mean, poor touches there. Twice he looked quite lightweight. He gave the ball away and just didn't look at all at his best. At all refined enough. Here's Pino. We've stood off him. Cross comes in. Strand Larsen! What a big chance that is for Palace. He's terrible from City. Midfielder defensively. Very frustrating there. From a free kick, they play it short. City don't even try and stop the cross. Phil Foden. Cross into Strand Larsen. I think it's offside anyway. A looping header that's just wide of the post. But no City player decides to close down Pino there. Neither Shirky or Foden. And I feel like that's what we saw in the game against Bournemouth. Unable to close the cross down. And we saw it against Arsenal as well. The goals, O'Reilly's lost the ball here again. And Kamada. It's wide to Pino. And City open again. And Pino to the far post to Nketiah. It's over here. And Mitchell's going to beat Foden to it at the far post. Mitchell absolutely does Phil Foden here. Brilliant from Mitchell. Foden does stop the cross, however. Tomiyasu, he gets the cross in the left foot. Strand Larsen there with header away by City. Semenyo on to Haaland. It's only found Richards, and Palace keep this pressure on. Crossing again, away by Mark Gay. Kalili. Oh, wonderful movement from Adam Wharton in behind City. Right foot crosses the box by Wharton! And a miss by Tariq Mitchell. Fantastic ball in by Adam Wharton on the right foot. Makes a run into a wide area. Really clever from Wharton. Right-footed crossing is brilliant to the far post. On a plate for Mitchell. Just can't get his header on target, but it's absolutely class from Adam Wharton again. What a ball in by Wharton. Mitchell just can't get it on target. Drags it wide. Como. What about Como, TK Nation there? Quite interesting side with Fabregas in charge. Here's Tomiyasu. Back towards Richards, but Manchester City are struggling here now. After being full control of the game, probably should have been 3-0 up. Phil Foden missing 2 massive chances. City now under pressure. Pino with the ball out wide to Strand Larsen, cut out by Ruben Diaz. Well done, Diaz. Gay in towards Shirky. On towards Kusanov. City need to make more use of the opportunities they've had, really. It's causing problems for the side right now. Shirky. Anderson. Well, the first half has flown by so far, I'll be honest. It's been quite an entertaining game. 35 minutes gone. 1-0 City. I've enjoyed it. Mark Gay. Diaz. Vardiol. Back to Mark Gay. We're holding forward here, Gay, and he works it wide left towards Antoine Semenyo. City's winger here, back into Shirky. Wharton out to him. Shirky onto Anderson. Kusanov. Anderson again. O'Reilly. Shirky leaves it for Haaland here, who just can't get the end of it. City go and win it back here. Sliding in is Jeremy Pino and Erling Haaland. Free kick Manchester City. I mean, Pino there, as he slid in, he put his hands up and apologised for the challenge. And City want to take the free kick quickly, and Andy Madley says no. It was a late one by Pino and Haaland there, high on the shin. He did pull away, he did know. He did know, Pino, it was a foul there. He put his hands up straight away. Ain't it a little convenient Gratian in the squad today? He's gone, isn't it? Which is good news in my mind. But some other City fans might disagree, but I think if he wasn't good enough 2 years ago, he's certainly not good enough now. We've moved on from Grealish. Foden's cross is blocked. It's poor by Foden. It's all the way back towards Kusanov. He's got to go chasing after it. It's got to be better from Phil Foden. It really has. Diaz wide. Antoine Semenyo against Kalali, who makes a good challenge. The fullback on him. He's behind for a corner for City. I'm afraid Foden's a liability at the moment, says Chris. Yeah. And the problem is we've got no wingers, have we? I mean, Ryan McCady would be the answer off the bench, and maybe Ryan McCady has to be the man to come on. Throw in City. Vardiol across to take it. It was not a corner. Our bench is concerning. City Fevers is certainly the bench is concerning. The bench is weak. I mean, there is 5 players on that bench under 21. 5. Vardiol here. Roll his way through. Vardiol into Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo, left foot strike. Saved by Henderson and cleared away. Hit it on his left foot. Didn't get the power in it. Khalil under pressure here, the young fullback. And he just dig it out only as far as Anderson. And City get lucky there. Shirky and Anderson both leaving it. Shirky. Oh, caught out Shirky. That's poor by the Frenchman. Poor awareness. Here's Nketiah. O'Reilly on him. Nketiah. Back and Shirky on the chest. And the referee's given a free kick for something by O'Reilly, which wasn't a foul at all. I don't even know what the referee's picking up here. Apparently O'Reilly's fouled Nketiah. Did nothing to him. It's poor refereeing again by Madley. He's having a poor game, I think, the referee. There's literally no foul on Nketiah. No foul at all. It's a joke. Do you think Gakpo will be good at City, says Lisa? Keep Cody Gakpo away from Manchester City. Cody Gakpo is Liverpool's Savinho. That's the best way I can describe him. Do you want another Savinho? He's Liverpool's Savinho. We don't want him. In from Pino here. Free header for Richards across the box, and Donnarumma gets that. Nearly a chance again. Manchester City in trouble once again. Have to be careful. Cross comes in. Vardy all this time. Haaland, Semenyo sleeping. Richards, he didn't really get a clean header on it. It comes off his shoulder. Mark Gay into Nico O'Reilly for City. Near is O'Reilly. He's got Foden to the right of him. He goes right to Phil Foden. Up against Tariq Mitchell. What can Foden do here? Inside goes Foden. Skips past the challenge. Back into O'Reilly. Great feat by Nico O'Reilly. Unbelievable feat by O'Reilly. Not once, but twice. Here's Anderson. Mark Gay. Semenyo. Gay. Anderson. Diaz. Kusanov. O'Reilly, they flick to Phil Foden, who can't get there. It's cleared away by Tomiyasu. It's a throw in Manchester City. Gay and DM, the next John Stone, says Lisa Duggan. I don't think so. I think that it's something we could do, I think Maresca said, but I don't think he's going to do it often. I mean, if you think the way Maresca plays, he wants to play 3 centre-backs, or 4 centre-backs anyway, most of the time. So there's no way we waste Gay in midfield. I think we need to replace Nico Gonzalez, really, with a midfielder. That is a big one. And that midfielder, supposedly, is Manu Kone. Switch of play by Gage. Brilliant out to Phil Foden, his right-hand side. Foden towards O'Reilly. It's a poor pass by Foden. Anderson gets there back to Kusanov. He's frustrated with himself, Phil Foden. It's just not working at the moment. Gay on to Semenyo here, wide left. Antoine Semenyo. What can he do for City? Pulls it back to Gay. Back into Semenyo. Shirky drifting out as well to help out Semenyo. Into Shirky. Good touches. Shirky. Can he dribble his way through? He can't do. Pino flicks it away, and here is Strand Larsen. Cleared away into Adam Wharton. Lovely touch and take by Wharton. And he plays a wonderful ball at the top to Nketiah. The problem is he's got Kusanov on him who's quick, but Nketiah managed to keep it. Plays it slowly back when the Palace fans are booing him there. They're not happy about that. Back through to Nketiah and cut out by Mark Gay. Shirky. Sliding challenge by Wharton. Takes it off Shirky. And forward in Kalili here. Kusanov leaves it and it's out through to Donnarumma. I've got a feeling here Palace are trying to get Ryan Shirky sent off. He's got a yellow card early on for absolutely nothing. And Wharton's gone down here holding his shin. I mean, he wears no shin pads, so that's probably why it hurts Adam Wharton. For a challenge from Shirky. And there's one in the box as well from Shirky, which Palace say was late. I mean, Shirky knows absolutely nothing about that. I think Wharton's on the floor. That's why he gets hurt. Shirky barely touches him. His boot drags across the foot of Wharton, it feels like that. However, he's limping off here, Wharton, at the moment. Looks like he's struggling. It's Thomas Tuchel's in the crowd today, so he's looking at maybe Adam Wharton, who didn't get in the England squad for the World Cup. Phil Foden as well, who didn't get in the squad for the World Cup. Nico O'Reilly, of course, did, and has looked good again today. Wherever you play O'Reilly, he'll put a performance in for you. He really will, and that's what I love about him. And for a young man, he plays like he's got a lot of experience in that midfield, or at full-back. Really is. Here is Gay. Here is Mark Gay in towards Ruben Diaz. Out towards Phil Foden on this right side. Phil. Back towards Diaz. And I think Wharton's gone off here injured. So he's received some treatment. They're not letting him back on yet. Vidal to Semenyo. The referee's still yet to let Adam Wharton on. Switch of play to Phil Foden on his right side. Phil Foden here. Up against Tariq Mitchell. Foden. Oh, good play by Foden this time. Crossing to the far post. How to the far post again. It's across the box and no one's there attacking it. And Mitchell slams it up into the air. And then heads it away. Kusanov. Mark Gay takes it down. Back out to Kusanov and out they go. Well played, City. Diaz needs to switch this quickly, which he does do towards Joško Vardiol. Antoine Semenyo on the left-hand side. Semenyo, could he cross it in? He decides against it. Switches the play again to Kusanov. On to Phil Foden once more. What can Foden do? He did some good work before that against Mitchell. Foden against him. On the outside, Foden cuts back inside. And then he's dispossessed Foden. It's poor from Phil Foden. It's really poor from Phil Foden. Just doesn't look like the player he once was. Oh, trouble in their own box here. Wharton clears it away. Well played. Adam Wharton. Palace are in trouble there. Mitchell. A good tackle by O'Reilly, throwing Crystal Palace. Free. Is he going to free kick here? It's got to be a throw-in. No way he's a free kick for Palace. No, it's a throw-in. I thought the referee gave another really soft one Palace's way. Strand Larsen. Good strength by Diaz. Wins it back and into Shirky. Here's Ryan Shirky. Poor from Shirky, who's had it. I don't think Shirky's been great as well today. Tomiyasu. Strand Larsen back towards Mitchell. Into Wharton. There's too much space for Wharton here. Ball in towards Pino. Anderson against Nketiah, who somehow wins it and works it wide left to wide right towards Kalili. Step overs from the fullback who goes for goal. It's a silly. Oh, he's silly about the young man. He tries to try and put it in the top corner or do something special. Just get a ball in the box. Big mistake. Foden has been poor. And City have not taken the chances. Well, that is the 45 minutes play. There'll be 1 minute of added time where at half-time I will be going over to the Finalysis app to make my thoughts known. You guys can download the Finalysis app on the Google Play Store or on the App Store. And there you can sort of give ratings. I mean, maybe Erling Haaland after that first half. He's going to get a 92 rating by the end of this game. You guys can make your thoughts known right there. The first half, there's been full of quality, to be honest, and actually it's flown by. Feels like it's flown by. Here's Donnarumma. And a good pass out here towards Kusanov. Big switch by the Uzbekistan international. Shirky flicks it on. Semenyo. Shirky's not had a good game, to be honest. It's not being the Shirky we expect. Semenyo here. Oh, he skipped past 1 or 2 here, Semenyo. Great work. Semenyo inside to Shirky. Back through to Semenyo. Good touches by Semenyo. Back to Shirky here. Ryan Shirky! Oh! And a save by Dean Henderson. What a chance, and that is half-time. Great play by Shirky and Semenyo. Crisp passing between each other. Shirky hits it low and hard on his right foot, but it's not enough on it for Henderson to get beaten. Half-time, Manchester City 1, Crystal Palace 0. Very good first half from City, despite maybe not taking the chances we should have. Like I said, I'll be over on Finalysis half-time, and I'll see you guys shortly for the second half, where City need to make sure they make this game a more comfortable one than it is right now, because Palace one attack could turn this game on its head. We'll see you guys very shortly. Head over for Finalysis as well to make your halftime thoughts known.
same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. Memories now let me fall back. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. We can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. Yeah.
your hand if your hand in my putting, put two in your man if your man keep a looking. Act like a poopy, your biscuit tookin'. I'm not the type to go with them niggas who stay on some fish. Oh, young and trapping out the bando, from the ceiling fan to the damn floor, trying to stack my money up, cause that's the only way we can go. Tell my mama that I'm okay, see the money coming through the doorway. Got a bad bitch with a lot of money, that's foreplay. Okay, they watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me. They watching me, they watching me, they watching me.
You got me trapped inside this spell. Now I feel like your demons drag me close to hell. I can feel that.
So welcome back to the Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. Second half about to get back underway. Erling Haaland is in the tunnel right now talking to his City players. I was over on Finals at half-time, turning my passion for Manchester City into power, and you can do the same as well. Download the Finals app on the App Store, on Google Play, depending if you're on iOS or Android, and go and talk to the City fans. Go and make yourself a name on there. And it comes with a lot of opportunities, chance to rate the players as well after the game, which of course I know you want to do. And you can make your opinions known, whether people agree with them or not, because some people certainly won't agree with some of your opinions. Some people will, but it's actually one of those places which is not sort of, what can I say, it's not surrounded by opposition fans coming in and saying things about you and coming attacking everything you say. It's just a chance to get on with your own fans and make your own opinions known, which I think is quite important in my mind. So second half about to get underway pretty soon. Manchester City against Crystal Palace. The first half has gone particularly well, but City, of course, did make a little bit a mistake, really not maybe killing the game off in the first half. Phil Foden was probably one of those that is at fault for that. I don't think Ryan Shirky's had a particularly good game. I think actually Ryan Shirky has had a particularly poor game in that midfield, despite that chance right at the end of the game. I think we need to see more from Shirky, and I feel like Adam Wharton is on another level right now in that Palace midfield. He's someone that Manchester City should be signing ahead of Enzo Fernandez. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we will sign Enzo Fernandez, but personally, I'd be absolutely all over Adam Wharton. He is a brilliant footballer, isn't he? And it wouldn't surprise me if City don't sign him, a big club will sign him. I am absolutely certain of that. Adam Wharton had a very good first half for Crystal Palace. I feel like him and Anderson be a very balanced midfield. Although Enzo Fernandez is a good player as well. Wharton probably is a better person, let's just say. So, 1-0 up. Second half about to wait. PS Saga. He's ready as well. He's in the dugout now. Semenyo back on this left-hand side. Anderson having a bit of a talk. And I think Anderson has been brilliant in midfield today. And he does a lot of work off the ball, but I do feel a bit disappointed at the way we play sometimes, because it does leave Anderson sort of isolated on his own. And he's doing all the defensive work by himself in that midfield. As Donnarumma sends this one long and forward. Cambo heads it away from Erling Haaland and can't be controlled by Shirky and Ketia. And a good challenge by Anderson. Shirky in towards O'Reilly. A late challenge, Elliot Anderson, who's been clattered into that as he limps away. Mark Gay. Ball over top here. Semenyo slips here in the turf, and Kalali can pick it up pretty easily. I predicted 2-0 on the Finalysis app. So far, it's on. Oh, Gay can't cut that one out, but Anderson does instead, and back he goes to Diaz. I tell you what, Elliot Anderson has been absolutely brilliant here. Unfortunately, he's got a bit of a knock. Hopefully, he's going to be okay. Bit of a dead leg for Elliot Anderson. But he's really good. But for a holding midfielder, you could say that he moves too much. That's something Pep Guardiola speaks about. Anderson with a good ball out to Phil Foden on the right side. And back he goes back to Kusinov. Diaz. Gay. 3 on my prediction, says De Santos is still alive. It certainly is still on your prediction as well. Donnarumma. Clip one up towards Vardiol here. Tries to flick it onto Semenyo. It's a bit of an overhit pass from Donnarumma, but positive that the goalkeeper's tried that sort of stuff, to be honest. Back towards Canvo. And he goes back to Dean Henderson here. Pressure from Erling Haaland. Work it quickly across to Tomiyasu. Kusinov, fantastic pressing from the centre-back. And he keeps pressing it down here. And Shirky takes it out the sky. And Shirky wide to Semenyo. Semenyo left foot or right foot. Semenyo goes to shoot. Canvo blocks it. Didn't quite get his feet started out there, Semenyo, as he looks to hit it. Shirky into right. Antoine Semenyo, Aaron Shirky. And he widened out his right foot really to hit it. But Canvo sort of showed him onto his left and said, come on, try it with your left. And in the end, Semenyo off Canvo and behind for a corner for Manchester City, which Elliot Anderson is going to come across the take here. Anderson to swing one in. Strand Larsen and Erling Haaland have a bit of a laugh together in the box here. 2 international teammates. Haaland's having a good time. In by Anderson here to the far post. O'Reilly heads it across here. Options in there. Pino away. Mark Gay does well to keep it. Foul there, Gay. Ref plays advantage, but there was no advantage for City at all. Shirky and Ketia kicks Gay in the back of the leg. And Ketia gets away with it. The referee has been shocking today. Anderson. Across to Diaz. Panics with it there, Diaz, and back to Kusinov. Spins away from Strand Larsen. Good bit of pace. Diaz. Anderson. It's those passes between the lines that City have struggled to do today. So like more effective in pre-season right now. That back 4 of Palace, or back 5 of Palace, the 4 in front really, 3 and the 4 in front is making it very difficult to punch those balls through midfield for City. Kusinov to O'Reilly. And Arden Wharton goes and wins it back for Palace. Well played by Wharton. Anderson and Wharton go battling with each other, and Anderson goes and wins it back. It's a good battle between those two. Oh, and a bad pass by Kusinov gives it away. Shirky heads it back down to Anderson. Elliot Anderson here for City. Needs to release the ball, which he does do towards Vardiol, but it's an overhit pass by Anderson. Finds neither. Poor by Anderson. Very poor from him. After having such a good first half. Now a good pass in the start of the second one. Tomiyasu wide left towards Mitchell. Back to Tomiyasu. Here is Nketiah. Ball in behind towards Mitchell. Diaz cancelled the cross, and Nketiah! What a miss. Eddie Nketiah misses a sitter. Phil Foden style. Pulled back to him here. By Mitchell. Oh, poor defending by City. And Nketiah, little 1-2 really with Mitchell. He should be putting that in the bottom corner, and Nketiah, it's a big miss. I'll be excited if Ayubiadi comes on. I think Ayubiadi might come on today. How does Nketiah not bury that one? Quite right, De Santo. I have no idea. Massive miss from Eddie Nketiah. Long and away by Donnarumma. Shirky against Wharton. It's taken down by Vardiol. Anderson. Across to Kusinov. Diaz. We're lucky it's not 1-1. Yeah, that's a big miss from Nketiah. Massive miss. It's Phil Foden. O'Reilly. Tackled by Nketiah. Throwing Manchester City. Well, he's one of those strikers, Nketiah. He's a bit hit and miss, isn't he? Sometimes it goes his way. A lot of time it doesn't. A lot of time it doesn't. Throwing it towards Haaland. It's dealt with easily by Palace. Strength by Kuznov and Nketiah throwing Manchester City again. Well, Haaland got his goal today, but will he get another one? I could do with him getting another one, but you've got to find him in a good position. Kuznov back to Diaz. Across the mark, Gay. There's a bit of space for City now, actually. Gay onto Vardiol. Yoshko. Here's Semenyo. Semenyo, step overs from Semenyo. Crest on the left foot, good ball in by Semenyo. No one really got the end of it. Mark Gay still. Shirky back out to Diaz. Gay once more is very impressive on the ball, Mark Gay. Semenyo. Gay. So much space to forward on the right-hand side. Back towards the goalkeeper goes Elliot Anderson. With Donnarumma. Donnarumma into Kusanov. And City under pressure here. Tackled by Nketiah, but it's poor from Donnarumma. Should do better there, Donnarumma. You could see Kusanov under pressure. He's got to send it long if that's going to be the mistake he's going to make. And you see the issues that Donnarumma obviously has in the build-up when he has to pass the ball. Semenyo, Mark Gay. Shirky, Anderson. Over top by Anderson towards Semenyo. Kelly gets a flick on it. It's gone behind for a corner for Manchester City once again. Well, we're actually looking quite good from set pieces this season, I have to say. You know, things seem to have come together a little bit more at times in set pieces, which has not been the case for quite a while. Last season we looked really poor. Cross the coming. Headed by Vardy, it's the far post. Semenyo in there, it's back out to Anderson. Anderson on the volley. Leaning all the way. And he belays it up and over the bar. Poor by Anderson. He's trying to get back. The ball's sort of bouncing into his path, and he's trying to get further and further backwards away from Anderson. Well, he's a player closing down, and he eventually hits it. Difficult. It's over the bar. And it's going to be a goal kick for Crystal Palace now. Gay isn't the most athletic looking player, but he's so composed and accurate with the ball, says Chris. Yeah, he's so good, isn't he? That composure, he always looks comfortable. And barring that mistake against Everton last season and maybe a poor performance at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid, he always looks composed. Chance here for City, Phil Foden. Foden into Shirky. Ryan Shirky still. Shirky still. Shirky still. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. And it's Ryan Shirky with an absolutely brilliant goal. Just could not get the ball off Shirky. And he just kept going. And he scores the first goal of the season. Absolute magician. 2-0 Manchester City. And credit to Phil Foden there. Some really good work from Phil Foden there. Some really good work from Phil Foden there. City win the ball back in midfield. Work from Foden. It's Anderson who wins the header. O'Reilly and Foden combine. And Foden brings it forward. He makes the right pass into Shirky. But he's got a lot to do, Shirky. He takes it past 1, 2, 3, 4 players, 5 players, and then rolls into the bottom corner. It's special from City's magical Frenchman. Wow. How does he keep the ball there, Shirky? I don't know. Fantastic goal. Oh, lovely flick into the back of the net by Shirky. You think he's going to lose the ball here. You think someone's going to tackle him. But no one tackles Ryan Shirky in the box without fouling him. Fantastic. I said 2-0. It is 2-0 as Vardiol makes a foul on the edge of the box here. Free kick Crystal Palace. And the referees give a yellow card to Elliot Anderson, which is interesting, isn't it? After all the fouls Palace have done, I tell you what, I think this referee has been absolutely terrible today. Pino here, a foul by Anderson on Pino. I'd like to see this again. There's no contact at all. It's a dive by Jeremy Pino and a yellow card for Anderson. This referee has had a solid 1 out of 10 performance today. In fact, he's had a solid 1 out of 100 performance today, and he will be getting that on analysis from me. You get to give the referee a rating. That there, Jeremy Pino dives. He's about a foot away from touching Pino. He's Anderson. He gets the yellow card. It's terrible from Madley. The ref has been horrendous. Shocking decision. Disgraceful refereeing. So poor. It's Pino! It's in. He scored it. 2-1. A goal from a non-foul. Well done, Bobby Madley, or whatever his name is, Andy Madley, the referee. 2-1 Palace score. A goal from nothing. I think it comes off Donnarumma, and it comes from a free kick that wasn't a foul. It was never a foul, but Donnarumma there can't get near it. Off the crossbar and off Donnarumma and in. It's an own goal by Donnarumma in the end. Off the crossbar and in. My 2-0 predictions out of the... Oh, it actually hits the crossbar, hits Donnarumma in the back, and then hits the post and goes in. But a goal from nothing that comes from a free kick that was not a free kick. Terrible decision from the referee. Anderson gets the yellow card in the process as well. Shocking refereeing decision. 3-1 is certainly still on Anderson. Such a play to Phil Foden. City need to go and make it 3-1 now. Kusanov. Diaz. Kusanov. Oh, he's robbed by Nketiah. Trouble for City, and Kusanov goes and makes a recovery challenge here. Well, the atmosphere is building here at Selhurst Park. The fans are right behind the home side. And Manchester City have to be careful. Momentum certainly swinging in the opposition's favour from that goal. Richards. Canvo. Kalali with a mistaken pass, but he still finds Strand Larsen. And another free kick, Crystal Palace, the referee gives. Strand Larsen throws himself to the deck. Well, if you even breathe near a Palace player, this referee is desperate to give a free kick. Gay in towards Kusanov. O'Reilly. A late tackle on O'Reilly. Again, the referee just plays advantage. When it's Manchester City, it's just an advantage. Unfortunately, walking their fans up, says Chris. Yeah, they're right behind him now. Momentum changes. Shirky. Shirky again, wriggling his way through into Semenyo. Vardiol. Semenyo, hits it. Oh, he's dispossessed by Wharton. And Wharton goes down from Shirky. He's never even touched him. It's shocking refereeing from Madley. It's absolutely shocking refereeing from Madley again. Shirky never touches Wharton here again. The ref has been shocking. Shirky's got to be careful because he's going to get himself sent off here. He's on a yellow card. The ref's desperate to give free kicks and cards today. Shirky Anderson. Shirky Anderson once again. Diaz. The ref has been terrible. Diaz. Good ball in towards Vardiol. Shirky on the turn here. Shirky still. Shirky. Hits one! Oh, he's done it again! It's 3-1. Ryan Shirky has done it again. Just turns and hits it. And smashes it at the back of the net. What a football this man is. 3-1 Manchester City. And Ryan Shirky does it again. What a player. An absolute magician. Wow. Box office from Ryan Shirky as usual. I hope Shirky's first in the team sheet from now on, says Chris. Yeah, well, in the first half, he wasn't particularly effective. I thought he was particularly poor at times in that first half, actually. Second half, steps it up. Diaz, what a ball, by the way, into Vardiol. On the turn goes Ryan Shirky. And then does he hit that in the top corner? Or does it take a deflection? A slight deflection. But he smashes it in, does Shirky. Just takes a little bit much. It just takes a bit more spinning it by a touch by Chris Richards. 3-1 Manchester City. And Ryan Shirky does it again. What a ball, by the way, in the build-up by Ruben Diaz. Credit to Diaz, because I have been one of his enemies. Not enemies, but I've obviously had problems with his ability on the ball. That was great from Diaz. That was fantastic. 3-1 City, and just when Palace thought they were back in it, Ryan Cherki goes and does a bit no magic. Cambo back here, Foden on the top of Kamada. Henderson has to lump it away. Oh, and Diaz makes a mistake with it, and Donnarumma. Oh, comfortable pass by Donnarumma under pressure. Kusanov, Anderson. Smashed into Anderson here. The referees give a free kick. The referee gives no free kick for Anderson clattered off the ball. There you go, referee. Brilliant. Oh, Vardiel, nutmeg by Khalili here. And the ball into the hands of Donnarumma. The referee has been so bad today. Cherki giving instructions here to his goalkeeper. The referee has been so bad today. Headed away by Cambo. Anderson on the chest here. Cherki. Vardiel struggling here a little bit. Looks tired, the Croatian. City haven't really got many options. You know, when you look to that bench, Vardiel comes off. You've got to go for something different in Aït-Nouri, really. Not someone who's defensively as good. If Anderson comes off, you've got to go for Kovacic. City find Vardiel again here. Joshko. Wide left to Semenyo. Antoine Semenyo for City. And towards Cherki. Step overs from Cherki. Cherki still going. Into Phil Foden. Back to Cherki once more. Back to Foden again. He's very much a sort of flair player, Cherki. And when he starts doing good things, this swagger just comes around, doesn't it? When things are going City's way, and he just gets the ball and does whatever he wants. Semenyo against Khalili here. It's poor by Semenyo. It's going to be a throw-in for City, but Semenyo's struggling actually against this young fullback at times. A throw-in for Semenyo. And he's going to leave it for Vardiol. And the referee's now counting down, but he didn't count down for the Palace throw-in that took 40 seconds in the first half. Vardiol, good feet, but it's won back by Khalili. Wharton. And then he gives a free kick for a foul on Khalili. This referee, it's the same foul we've just seen on Elliot Anderson. This referee has been absolutely terrible. Really so bad. Maybe we should send phones to the mountains of Stockport to find himself. It's a City fever. Good idea. Get him on a break. The mountains of Stockport. There isn't any mountains in Stockport. But we can take him to the Pennines, I guess. It might not be too bad there. And also, as soon as Palace scored 2-1, we didn't crumble. Exactly the Santo. I actually think that is a good point there. In the past, especially last season, I felt like City, when they did concede, their heads dropped a little bit at times, and they went really shaky, and they made mistakes. Today, they went 2-1 down, heads up, and went for that next goal, and that was impressive. Mark Gay is so good again. Down this left-hand side. Vardiol. Gay. Pino can't take it from behind him. Brilliant from Mark Gay. Anderson. Diaz. Mark Gay. Anderson. Looks up. Anderson. Into Cherki. First time pass over top here to someone. Foden or Haaland didn't quite work out. Foden's happy with Cherki's idea. It's a really under-hit pass. Is Haaland on the pitch, asked Chris? Well, he's hardly been involved in the second half, has he, Erling Haaland? Suppose you could say he's occupying defenders. Anderson, fantastic header. Well played. Cherki clattered into. Still keeps the ball here, Cherki. Being fouled all over Cherki. Another foul on Cherki. Referee says he gets the ball, Kamada. The ball was won. City get the ball back anyway. Anderson. Across towards Vardiol. Here is Semenyo. Back out to Vardiol. Crossing by Vardiol. Far post. Foden keeps it in. Haaland was there waiting. Didn't really attack it though. Push on Phil Foden there. Kusanov does really well to take it away from Nketiah. Foden's looking a little bit lightweight, a little bit weak today. They've used the physicality. Mark Gay here. The City is sort of talking about, of course, Maresca. We've got two captains at the moment in Diaz and Haaland, and we're looking at the end of the transfer window to say who else would be a captain. I really think Mark Gay should be a captain. I mean, there he was, signalling to the players to just calm down a little bit. Kalali's just tackled Semenyo here now. Antoine Semenyo has found it difficult today. But he's done well. He's really struggled, Semenyo, to sort of do anything quite cleanly. He struggled to beat him on the outside, Kalali, but he's won a corner again there. What do you think about Marmi's replacement? Charles de Ketelaere is not good enough, I wouldn't say, City Fever. What I would say is Krupi's fit in January. I'd be all over Krupi. I'd buy him while he was injured, to be fair. He might be cheaper. Shaker with the corner in. Free header for Vardy at the far post here. Into the hands of Henderson. We're getting very good at corners. Just not finishing them off. Finding the man in goal in the far post time and time again here, City. Tomiyasu. Mitchell. Kamada. Pressing from O'Reilly, who's been good in midfield today. Nico O'Reilly. He's dipped off in the second half, though. Here's Canvo. Ball forward. Gay cuts it out. It's a bad touch by Gay. And City have made a mistake here. And Pino with the ball across the box here. Donnarumma. I don't know what he's thinking there, the Italian. It's a really, really strong cross in by Pino. And Donnarumma goes to punch it away. And mid-air sort of pulls out and says, either he's missed it or he's left it. I'll see it on the replay here. I don't know. Sort of pulls it hand away and really... And Ketty at the far post could have got there, but he thinks Donnarumma's going to get it. He doesn't gamble the forward. Mark Gay for City, playing out for the back now. The away side. Vardiol, beautiful skill by Vardiol. Then a switch of play by the Croatian to Phil Foden. That is absolutely special from Joško Vardiol. Brilliant football from Vardiol. Spins away, passes the ball to no one, just into space that he runs into. Gets City out of trouble. Anderson. Diaz. Wouldn't Jai be good at City, says Lisa? He'd be, I mean, you think Cherky's skillful, him and Jai together, we are causing problems for the opposition. Here's Mitchell. Kamada. No foul by Anderson. Oh, he's nutmegged O'Reilly though, Kamada. Good play from number 18 for Crystal Palace, whose contract ended this summer. He was leaving on a free and then he decided to stay. Crossing by Tomiyasu to the far post, Vardiol. Good defending. And here's Semenyo. Antoine. Oh, late challenge by Kalali on Semenyo here. It should be a yellow card. Sliding challenge in on City's number 42. And the referee finally gets the card out for a Palace player. Also causes stir in morale like last time Alvarez would leave because playtime. Yeah, that's the problem with any striker that we bring in, I guess. They're never going to play ahead of Erling Haaland. But at the same time, Haaland can't play every minute. And what if he gets injured? A few of our players going off the boil today. O'Reilly, time for changes. Yeah, he looks like he slowed down O'Reilly in the second half massively. I mean, Lisa says Echeverri, but I wouldn't trust him at all, although Pep trusted him in an FA Cup final against this team, didn't he? In Crystal Palace. Well, they've made changes. Palace Henry Pino is off. And coming on is... I've no idea who that is. I'd like to say I knew. I've never seen that player before. For Palace, who's just come on. Number 12, I think, maybe. But I don't know if it is. Now, Dwight McNeil's come on anyway. On this right-hand side for Pino. And I think Nketiah has come on off that left-hand side as well. O'Reilly flick on. Pass down towards Mitchell. Pressed by Phil Foden. Mitchell clears it away. I've been bringing Ryan McCady on. Anderson with a touch and he's done well. Gassond. Pressure on City. Anderson in for the challenge. Brilliant from Elliot Anderson. One heads it back down towards Dwight McNeil. Diaz in there for the challenge. Wins it back for City. And on towards Shirky. Well played. Well played. City willing to go in for the challenges. Shirky the ball top to Haaland here. Oh, and Crystal Palace just get away with it. Just. Here is Mitchell. Phone across. Uncle Kovacic is coming on. That makes sense. He was good actually the other day against Bournemouth, Kovacic. Yeah, O'Reilly could play at striker to sound. This is true. O'Reilly can play literally anywhere. Maybe we try him at striker. He's got the quality, hasn't he? He's a big man as well. DeSantos is not happy about Kovacic coming on. I don't like Kovacic either, but him coming on today is a good idea. Oh, crossing here, and Donnarumma comes out. Claims it well. Diaz absolutely loves it. Headbutts the chest of Donnarumma for claiming that one. I thought he was good at Bournemouth, Kovacic, when he come on against Bournemouth at home, so... I'm happy for him to come on actually today. I think Anderson's tiring massively. I think the midfield really does need still some work. Whether it be Enzo Fernandez and one more. I think that's my opinion. I think we should be looking at Enzo Fernandez and one more, and then I will be more comfortable in them midfield positions. I think we need 5 good midfielders to rotate. Different profiles. Enzo Fernandez comes in. I still think we're really lacking someone with a bit of energy, a bit of physicality in that midfield. And that's why I would be looking at Manu Kone, who's been linked with City. Mazza I'd love, but it's not going to happen this summer. And again, I don't think he's the midfielder we need right now. I think he's a quality player. He ups the level. Ooh, Donnarumma passes one across his box here, gets away with it. Chris said Kovacic should be rested. He's working the doors at the nightclub in Marseille. He does look like a bouncer, doesn't he? He looks very mean. Ball forward by the opposition. A good tackle by Kusanov. Gets the ball clearly. Anderson towards O'Reilly. Good play by City. O'Reilly to Shirky. First time with Haaland. Oh, it's nearly liquid football by City, but Haaland's pass to Semenyo is poor. Really some fantastic play by City, but Erling Haaland lets us down with his pass. A better pass, and City completely open up Palace there with a good move. Really good move. Tomiyasu. Long ball forward. A little flick on here to Mitchell. And inside towards Dwight McNeil. It's good play from Palace here. They're looking for the wing back on the far side. And Vial's got to get pulled out to him now. He's going to put a cross in. He does put a cross in early. And Donnarumma once again gets there. The final ball from Palace has been poor today. I think a better final ball. The chance. The current state of the market, 2 or 3 more midfielders would cost at least 300 million. I don't think so. I think Kone is going to cost you 50 million. So Kone and Enzo Fernandez, or Kone and Wharton, that's 150 million for 2 more. I think City, they've got that. They've earned 500 million from sales this summer. They're absolutely rolling in money right now. I think we're working at a profit of about 400 million right now. Shirky, Anderson, Shirky, Anderson. Diaz. Shirky. Across to Kusanov. Foden. Past the Shirky's paw. City get away with it. Phil Foden. Switch of play to Semenyo. It's a nice ball from Foden. Semenyo does manage to keep it in, even though it's slightly behind him. Gay, Semenyo again. Gay again. Brilliant play. Vardiol. O'Reilly. Diaz. O'Reilly. Vardiol. Gay. What I like about Vardiol is he's so comfortable on his left or right foot. I mean, the goals he scored for City tend to be on his right foot. He's been very good today. Kusanov in behind towards Foden. And it's all the way through towards Dean Henderson. Lomtown's hat-tricks every other match. Yeah, I mean, he's got to get found. He hasn't really been found so much today as well. But I'll be getting him off here and resting him now, Erling Haaland. But the problem is we haven't really got option on the bench. Camera over the top here. Donnarumma comes in. Good sweeper keeping again by Donnarumma. Vardiol. Back to Diaz, well played. Back to Donnarumma. Pressure from Gasson. Donnarumma into Mark Gay. Gay taken out. Anderson goes and gets there. It's a foul on Gay by Dwight McNeil. Mark Gay thought the referee wasn't going to give it then. All smiles from Gay. Looks to his referee. More changes from Palace. Axel Disasi and Oscar Mingaitha are going to come on here. Former Celta Vigo and Chelsea players. So Tomiyasu for Disasi. He had a good loan at West Ham United despite their relegation. He looks different, Disasi. He's got a new haircut. Still no changes, says Chris. I think we're about to bring Kovacic on. Oscar Mingaitha comes on. Kalali, the new signing. So debut for Oscar Mingaitha at Crystal Palace. Well, I don't know what's going on here. They won't let him come on. They won't let Mingaitha come on here. For some reason. Oh, the departing player took too long to leave the pitch. And because he took too long to come off, Oscar Mingaitha is not allowed to come on yet. That is a new one. Well, Kovacic has come on here for... it could have been Ryan Shirky. No, Shirky's still on. Who's he come on for here? Joshko Vardiol. So O'Reilly back to left back. Shirky on for that. I mean, Gaither's still on the sidelines here. Not allowed to come on. I didn't think they'd do that. I didn't think they actually did that. So, I mean, Gaither can't come on because the fullback took too long to come off, but he didn't know he was going to come off. So, obviously, it's very difficult for him to know that. It's a very harsh decision. So, they're playing with 10 men, Crystal Palace. O'Reilly. Shirky. Wide right to Semenyo. Shirky. O'Reilly. The fans are booing here. Shirky to Anderson. Semenyo. Tackled. Anderson back in there. Late tackle by Wharton. Kovacic in there as well. He's gone through a few challenges there, Kovacic, brilliantly. And on towards Phil Foden. I don't know when Mingaith is allowed to come on. Kusanov. Anderson. Kusanov. Anderson. Shirky. I don't know why Mingaith is still... I mean, that is a strange decision. And the fans in Sellers Park don't like it either. They're booing. And understandably so. They're playing with 10 men here. It's so harsh. It's Kovacic. They're 3-1 down. Of course their players aren't a time waste. Desarsi. A pull by Kovacic. The referee there... What he's done there, madly, it's unbelievable from the referee. This is how poor the refereeing is in this league, by the way. So... The referee gives a free kick for a nothing tackle, which I mean, to be fair, he's done all games, so it's not out of the ordinary. But he says that Kovacic just pulled the shirt of the Sarsi. Regularly wouldn't give that as a free kick, but he's done it just so he can let the Crystal Palace player come on. And the referee is now talking to someone about something on the sidelines. And now he's saying play on. He's told someone 4 and then... I don't know what's going on here. This is the farcical type of Premier League that we're in at the moment. The officiating has been terrible today. Diaz, let's just run through. He clears it away. Mark Gagans, Dwight McNeil. Anderson in there. Make sure he wins the header. Gaither, who's on the field now. Let's go out for a throw-in. Down towards Chris Richards, going out of play. It's a throw-in for City on this near side. But the referee's been poor. Ayub Buadi is going to come on for his Manchester City debut here, as is Ryan McAdoo. So 2 Premier League debuts for McAdoo and Buadi. Anderson. Ball into Foden. Well played, Phil Anderson. In towards O'Reilly. On to Ryan Shirky here for City. Shirky slows it down. Semenyo, Shirky. Shirky in towards Kovacic, Anderson. Shirky. And an overhit pass by Shirky back to Donnarumma. I think I'd get Shirky off now. I was so excited for Semenyo after watching pre-seed. I've been a bit disorganised today. Yeah, he's been okay. I mean, he set the first goal up, didn't he? Oh, O'Reilly with a little nutmeg on Dwight McNeil. How many nutmegs does O'Reilly do? Donnarumma wants the ball from Gay, and he says no. He goes to Semenyo instead, who absolutely out-muscles Mingaith there, Semenyo. Brilliant from the wide man. Semenyo to Kovacic. Semenyo again. Back to Kovacic. Against Chris Richards. Mingaith keeps it in. Throwing Manchester City. I didn't think he went out of play, that. Do we need to bring Kevin De Bruyne back, says Lisa? I didn't even see that comment. Absolutely not. As much as I love him, no. Here is Anderson. Oh, Buadi. I'm so excited. He's such a player. Such a good player, Buadi. 18 years of age. He's class. Let's hope he has a good game. Gay to O'Reilly. Into Anderson. Anderson on towards Kusanov. Foden. Kusanov. Diaz. Across towards Donnarumma. Out towards Kusanov. Oh, Gay is down the line towards Semenyo. Into Gay. Oh, what a challenge by Gay. What a challenge by Gay. A poor pass. Anderson back to his goalkeeper here. Donnarumma is dribbling past Kamada. What is he doing? He's played into O'Reilly. Back to Donnarumma. And he clears it away. The goalkeeper does well, to be fair. Haaland needs to make his self known. He doesn't do. And Shirky heads out towards Semenyo. Back to O'Reilly. What do you think of Allen, says City Fever? I have no idea what to think of Allen. I mean, this Kusanov with a terrible touch. There's glowing reports of Allen. Foul and Phil Foden, Freaky City. There's glowing reports of Allen from Brazil, isn't there? Also some that are not that good as well. Just have to see. So Ryan Shirky is coming off for Ryan McAdoo. Brilliant performance from Shirky, who applauds the away fans here as he comes off. Here comes Ryan McAdoo. Brilliant play by Shirky for both goals. I mean, he's such a player, isn't he? Doss says he might be a baller. I hope he is, but I don't know. He's sort of an unknown buying someone from Brazil. It's a bit of a risk, isn't it, from City? And Elliot Anderson is off as well. And he's replaced by Ayub Buwadi. So here is Buwadi on his debut, number 32. 18 years of age. Let's see how he does today in that midfield, Buwadi. I'm excited. I'm excited for Buwadi. Maresca sees Buwadi and Anderson as his holding midfielders. Buwadi there with the City fans are cheering every sort of element of Buwadi so far. Every pass, every touch. Buwadi. They're cheering every pass the City fans hear from Buwadi. Gay in towards O'Reilly. Heavy touches from Nico, and it's off him by Mingaitha for a throw-in. I'm excited to see what McAdoo can do. J1 BBY says, Alan is special. I hope so. Diaz into McAdoo here. Diaz tells McAdoo to go forward. And off goes Ryan McAdoo here. And here's young McAdoo. McAdoo inside McAdoo. McAdoo! Oh, just past the post. What a run by Ryan McAdoo. That is what this young man has. Gets the ball. Off he goes. Dribble past 2, 3. Cuts inside and hits it. Wow. Brilliant from McAdoo. Oh, he could have passed it to Foden, actually, but brilliant from McAdoo. Kovacic, well won back. Kusanov. Diaz wins the throw in for City, but brilliant from McAdoo. So lively. Fearless, this young man, who deserves a chance this season. Really does. Really does deserve more of a chance. Throwing from Kusanov. Buwadi. Kusanov. Forward. Into the hands of Dean Henderson. And Ryan McAdoo making impact straight away. Straight away. Off the bench and flying forward. Followed by Palace here. Kusanov. Good pressing from Kusanov. The throwing goes Palace's way. Throwing quickly to Kamada. Well, Palace haven't had a great start to the season. I do worry for Palace a little bit this season. No Mateta. I think Strand Larsen isn't a particularly good striker. Gasson playing up top. I don't know about him. Why isn't Maresca using Ant-Yuri and Cafunes? I don't think he rates Ant-Yuri. I don't think he rates Ant-Yuri. Oh, City have won the ball back here. Here's Phil Foden. Foden. Could he pass it? Foden into Haaland. Erling Haaland! Haaland makes it 4. Smashes it into the near post as Erling Haaland lifts it into the roof of the net. After good play by Phil Foden. It's 4-1 Manchester City. They've run right here at Selhurst Park. Brilliant from Erling Haaland. Fantastic from Erling. Really good finish. Phil Foden, great work. Phil Foden in the 10. Different playing out wide there. And it's great work from Mark Gay again, who wins the ball back. And off goes Phil Foden. And he's past Watt, and he's past the others. And he's past everyone into Haaland. And Haaland, at a tight angle, actually, rifles it into the roof of the net. Places it with power at the near post past Henderson. 4-1 Manchester City, brilliant strike. Who predicted 4-1? Because you were very, very good if you did. Haaland is back. City are back. 4-1 City. The City fan there celebrating with the shirt on, the touche black shirt, if you remember Manuel Pellegrini's season. Well, ball over the top here. A chance for Palace here. Kusanov watched it go out of play. It's gone behind for a goal kick here. The touche black shirt that City wore when they won here. Yaya Toure scoring a screamer. But a win for City, a 2-0 win. I predicted 4-1 City. Much better than I thought. 5-1 comes soon, it just might do. I've also noticed there's no Rico Lewis on the bench today. No one's talked about that. No Rico Lewis on the bench today. We forgot about that. Foden with a little flick into Buwadi here. Buwadi brings the ball forward and onto Semenyo. No Lewis on the bench. Do you think he's off to Everton as well? They're desperate for a right back. I'm not sure he's the answer. They might be disappointed, but maybe Lewis and Grealish in that deal to Everton. I think if Lewis goes, we certainly need another midfielder because he can play in there as well. Kone, we're looking at him. Buwadi here. Back towards Gay. Very good performance from City today. Enzo Maresca's Manchester City. Different era now without Pep, but impressive. Gay in towards Kovacic, slammed into by Disasi. Buwadi wins it back. And across towards Kusanov. I mean, so composed for an 18-year-old. Kusanov over the top towards McCade. It's dealt with by Mitchell. Foden takes it down. Back to his centre-back. Into Buwadi. Hey, Buwadi here. Good ball out wide to McCade. Onside here, Ryan McCade. Up against Tariq Mitchell. Back towards Kusanov. Kovacic. Buwadi. Kovacic once more. Kusanov. Here is Diaz. Onto Kusanov. Oh, a little nutmeg by Kusanov there. Impressive by Kusanov. Onto Kovacic. City in full control now. Christos Buwadi just looks surreal. Oh, Haaland's in again here. Oh, and he just couldn't control it. Foden good ball through to him. What a shame. Buwadi is 18, right? And like Chris says there, he looks a real presence. He's just so calm. He's just so calm for an 18-year-old. I saw him play at the World Cup. I've seen him play for Lille. In tight spaces, he excels as well. And in front of that back four, he's really impressive. I mean, 18 years of age. Did you see his interview? The way he speaks. I mean, he's studying maths and science still, and he wants to get a degree or whatever in that while playing football. Very clever person. Oh, Semenyo's absolutely done Mingaithe on the far side. Brilliant touches by Semenyo. Anton Semenyo, but he takes a poor touch, and Mingaithe managed to get a foot in. Corner Manchester City. Unlucky. Some good stuff from Semenyo. I think Ryan Cherki will get man of the match today, and deservedly so, for his 2 goals that helped City for a win. But there's some really good performance in there today. I'm talking Mark Gay, I think, has been very, very impressive. Elliot Anderson has been good. Semenyo maybe not quite as effective as you want, but I think he's been a real nuisance for Palace on that far side. Another change for City here sees Nico O'Reilly come off. And the youngsters are getting game time here. So Kusanov off for Vita Heiss. And Nico O'Reilly off for a Premier League debut for Caden Braithwaite. And credit to the manager for making those changes. Youngster Braithwaite gets an opportunity. In by Phil Foden. He has him for the header. It's out towards Kovacic. Back towards Braithwaite. Buwadi. Braithwaite again. Diaz. Kovacic. Diaz across towards Braithwaite. I mean, Braithwaite here, he's what, 19 years of age. He looks absolutely massive. Is he about 6'4", would you say? Looks a giant on that football pitch here, Caden Braithwaite. Really does. If you remember, he made his Manchester City debut at just 15 years of age at left back in a game under Pep Guardiola in the Cup. Today, he just looks completely different. Massive. Throwing for Crystal Palace here on the far side. Adam Wharton. Chased down by Buwadi. Good turn in midfield there. And Phil Foden. Credit to Phil Foden getting back. Looks so much better through the middle. Semenyo. Under pressure here, Semenyo. In towards Braithwaite. Foden. Back to Braithwaite. Back he goes to Mark Gay. Well played. A little bit of a limp from Semenyo there. Overplayed maybe the winger at the moment. Here's Buwadi. Back to Diaz. Here is Vita Heist back to Diaz. Back into Donnarumma. On to Mark Gay. City just playing the ball around. Crystal Palace here. Semenyo once again. 5 added minutes here. They will be at Selhurst Park. Gay midfield. Diaz and Vardy centre back. Vardy's played left back, yeah. I mean, there's some really good players in this team. Some really good young players. Vita Heist is absolutely quality, by the way. Really, really impressive. Braithwaite, very good as well. Kovacic to Vita Heist. Managed to keep it in. McKay on towards Kovacic. And in behind to Vita Heist here. And off goes City again. Vita Heist. Back to Phil Foden. McKay. Oh, he tried to play one to Vita Heist and cleared away by Palace. And lucky. Nice idea from McKay. Just didn't come off. Maybe she'll look towards Erling Haaland instead. I was wondering why we sign Anderson? Do we rate him? We signed Biwadi, we have Gay in midfield. I still need squad depth in midfield, but there's certainly some really top players in this team. Probably more so than maybe we thought. However, it's very early in the season. And, you know, can this team go away to Barcelona? Can they take on Paris Saint-Germain at home and win games? That's the question. Because they're big tests compared to Palace, who aren't a particularly good side. Not right now anyway. Kovacic. Biwadi. Vita Heist. Back towards Diaz. Vita Heist again. Good play from Vita Heist, and he finds Foden in the pocket here. Fantastic play, and Foden switches the play to Caden Braithwaite. And here's the young fullback. Foden. I mean, the question is really the future of Reunite Nuri. The manager's just brought on Braithwaite before Ait Nuri. That's what we need to think about. I mean, no Rico Lewis on the bench, but Braithwaite has come on before Ait Nuri. Does that mean that Ait Nuri is not going to last here at this club? Here's Semenyo. Heavy touches from Semenyo. Holds off Mingaitha well. In towards Gay. Foden. Semenyo. Foden. Foul on Phil Foden from behind. There's no advantage there, referee. He's been kicked from behind. Free kick Manchester City. I think we'll win against PSG, says Sheriff. That's the question, isn't it? Can we win against PSG? I mean, PSG, they're playing Lille tonight, Paris Saint-Germain. I don't know what the score is, but they weren't having a good time. At half-time, they're 1-0 down. They're currently losing 2-1. Vitinha scored in the 91st minute, but Paris Saint-Germain are having a very bad start to the season. So maybe City play them at a good time if it's an early-on game. They tend to get better towards the end of the season, don't they? Here's Biwadi. Oh, what a ball through by Biwadi to Semenyo. Far post to Haaland. He just couldn't get it across to him. Semenyo can't keep it in. It's a goal kick, and he's frustrated with himself, Semenyo. What a ball by Ayoub Biwadi. Great game management by City. Palace have understandably given up. Yeah. Biwadi with the ball in behind. Cuts Palace open, and Semenyo just plays a really poor cross. And both of them really unhappy with each other there, Haaland and Semenyo. Haaland knew he was on for his hat-trick. Semenyo knew he should have put Haaland up for his hat-trick. What a ball by Ayoub Biwadi. What a ball by the young man. Cleared away by Palace here. Biwadi goes and wins it back for City again. Composed, intelligent, physically ready at 18 years of age. Kovacic, and he's just weaving his way through a team here, and he's give it away. Kovacic, poor. Dwight McNeil counters on. White to Mitchell. Ruben Diaz, sliding challenge by Diaz. It's a big one. Wins the ball. Throwing Palace. Good tackle by City's captain. Leader at the back today. Who's going to win the league, says Lisa. Well, it's expected to be Arsenal, isn't it? But who knows? Deception by Desarsi here on McAdoo. Throwing City. But 1 minute remains. City, of course. Fantastic today. Plenty of positives to take from the game. I'm very happy with the performance we've seen for this Manchester City side. Very, very happy. A few cameos from some young players as well. I mean, McAdoo is, you know, look physically ready. I mean, he's not the biggest, is he, McAdoo? But he's strong, good centre of gravity. We definitely title contenders to Sheriff. Arsenal going to win the league, City forever. Well, Arsenal are favourites, and right now you can't see further than Arsenal, can you? Of course, but who knows? But the big questions I would be asking is, Braithwaite coming on ahead of Ait Nuri, no Lewis and no Grealish on the bench. Semenyo, it wouldn't be surprising if we see Ait Nuri leave the club. Mark Gay. Here is Diaz. Vita Heist. Back to Diaz once more. These young players look so composed since they've come on as well. They really do. Well, it's been good to have all of you guys in the live chat once again today. A really good performance from Manchester City to see, and all of us to enjoy. Haaland flicks one on here. And the referee blows the full-time whistle. A 4-1 win for Manchester City. I'll be going over to Finalysis now to make my thoughts known. You can download Finalysis from the App Store or the Google Play Store, the Finalysis app, where you can turn your passion into power. What a performance from Manchester City. Great performance from the young players, and that has been exciting. When is the next stream, asked Lisa? It will be the next Manchester City away game, probably, which, to me, I'm uncertain when it is now. The next stream will be the 13th of September at 4:30. A few weeks' time now for the Manchester derby, and it could be a very different look City side with some new signs. Thank you very much for joining. If you predicted 4-1, well done to you guys. And we'll see you very soon, or not too soon, for the Manchester derby. That is the one next.